straight. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of straight for pyro. Oh yeah. Happy Halloween. It is a beautiful fall day out. It was raining all earlier, so I have the course to myself right now, and we're gonna be taking a look at the new MVP Halloween drop. They have some really cool molds and some fun plastics. The first time that the Pixel has ever been run in a premium plastic. I've done some warm-up shots, so I'm not going completely blind into this round because we have some fun goals for it. But Tour of Terror Simon Lizotte Pixel feels very domey feeling. Bigger than most Pixels, but that always happens, in my opinion, when you take a base plastic disc and put it in premium plastic. There's two mid-ranges. One is the James Conrad Detour in Eclipse plastic. Detour is a mold that I have not thrown in a while, but it is such a good understable mid-range. Typically, I'm not liking something that's this dead flat for my mids, but I think it's pretty good. It's got the flip that you want. Next is kind of a fan or crowd favorite that is in a new plastic. This is the Eagle McMahon Fission Pyro. People love Fission. Typically, I've heard it's supposed to make things more overstable if they're in max weight because it takes even more of the weight from the flight plate and moves it out to the rim. But in my opinion, I've always found it to be more understable and beat in a little faster. So this pyro is a little more understable than a typical pyro I have thrown before, which are all either in like neutron or proton. So it has some good push and glide. Shout out Eagle, Flying Thrills, Boulder, Colorado. He's local to me when he decides to be home. But yeah, this will be exciting. And then lastly, the only driver disc we have, the Beneath the Wave from Silva Saarinen, one of the best players of this year in FPO, kind of breaking out onto the scene. A lot of fun discs. We'll go two off the top, and we're here at Adams Hollow Disc Golf Course. We're gonna be playing the full 18. There's two potential eagle opportunities, but they require some pretty big grips. One of them's like 560, 570. I've gotten close, but never eagled it, and the other one's 500 on the top of a hill. And I'm pretty confident at this course. So we're gonna try to shoot 10 under with just these discs, because I think they're good enough. And for every stroke under 10 under that I shoot, one of these will be going into my 50K giveaway, which right now has all these discs in it. It's a lot. There's a lot of discs in this giveaway right now. Once we have 50,000, I'll give it away to one person. It just makes my life a little easier and makes the giveaway super sweet. Pixel first, it's only 232 feet. Then we'll probably try forehand with the pyro. A little short. Give it a little pyro ace run because I think that's within 40 feet. Did I throw that one short too? Here's what it is. All those discs will be on Infinite if you want to snag them right now for Halloween. But there's no putting putter. So I went to my basement and figured out what I should be putting with today. Let's pick my putter. This is kind of my MVP stuff. If you guys want me to do mystery boxes at the end of the year, I'm gonna have to keep a lot of discs for reviews, but a lot of doubles and extras. If you want mystery boxes at the end of the year, let me know. Probably be 2 discs and 2 premium and a base, maybe for like 25 bucks, 30 bucks. That's typically what I do. Maybe just 2 discs for 20. I'm not sure, but let me know if you want that. That being said, I have a lot of pixels and it's like 45 degrees out. So obviously, you've seen that. So I might go with these Electron soft guys, but at the same time, I also have a proxy. Envy's Nomad proxy. Let's take it to the backyard and see which one will get the win. Got like 25 feet here until there's one left standing. One brick every round. Woo. By proxy. A little more focus. Oh! It's all over. Nomad it is. The Nomad and the Halloween disc. Let's get it. But first, I gotta tell you about the best shoes in all of disc golf. My Vessis have become my #1 choice for not only disc golf, but basically everything. I only wear Vessis now, is all I'm trying to say. In this video, you're seeing me wear the Stormburst high tops. They have a nice little sock above the ankle, really good stability. The tread stays very well. And the best thing about Vessis, in my opinion, is that they're 100% waterproof. Even this shoe, this knitted looking shoe, this one, the Stormburst low top, same tread, Same shoe, just a low top version. And even something like this one, which is not a knit shoe, but more a vegan leather classic courtside sneaker, all of which I play disc golf in, all of which are 100% waterproof. As you'll see, because unfortunately, even though Vessis are my favorite shoe to play disc golf in, they don't inherently make you the best disc golfer ever or the best decision maker ever, because later in this video, you'll see me absolutely shank a forehand into the water with a detour. I promise I was not trying to make this part of the Vessi ad, but it worked out because having these high tops on made it significantly easier. Oh geez, this is where I need a little stick. Oh, there are some sticks here, luckily. And the good news is I can go up until the sock on these guys and not have any worries. It is a weird feeling when your feet or like your shoes are cold, but they're not wet. The cold from the water is still there, but they're not wet. Okay, this was kind of dumb, huh? Really nice. Also, I don't have toe socks on now, so I can show you. Oh, no way, Anthony. I just stuck my whole foot in that one. What an idiot. Got too careless. And you can see there's a little wet where the water splashed in, and then I'm just a sweaty guy, so there's that. And then this one, even though my foot fully got submerged, it really only went to the top, and because it's still sock like and waterproof, the bottom of my foot's still good. So I'm telling you guys, these shoes are electric. They're so good and so comfortable. Go to vessi.com/Bodanza and you'll get 15% off your first order. They're much more useful than I think they'd be, especially as it's getting colder and snowier. It was the most frustrating thing ever last year to play rounds and have my feet be soaked from snow. To not have to worry about that this year is awesome. Enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you, Vessi, for sponsoring. Please support the companies who support me. Thanks. As always, big shout out to Vessi. Genuinely favorite shoes I've ever worn for disc golf. Surprisingly, I really like the Nomad. It feels very good. Just gotta put that weight on my back foot. I notice when I'm missing putts, I'm always up here instead of shifting weight. See? You just gotta shift the weight to make your putts. On to hole 2. Hole 2's in the short, so it's only 314. The detour, I think we have a little tailwind, can ride a little hyzer. Get under it, please. Oh, it's gonna be really short, isn't it? It's actually really pretty framing when you throw it there, so we can act like I threw it short for that reason. A little pyro forehand. There we go. Oh, that's my shot on this hole, I guess. Yeah, that Vision Pyro goes pretty far for a pyro. A lot of wobble, but in a tailwind, you expect a little more stability. But man, MVP drops are very fun. They do a lot, honestly. And frankly, people love MVP, so these videos always do pretty well. I don't think I would have given them as much of a chance if they weren't as popular as they were, which shows kind of a flaw in how discs are reviewed, and sometimes the best discs don't get the best chance, but if you really love a disc, sometimes that's when stuff comes on my radar. So I try to review as much as I can, but also what stays popular. It's a delicate balance that I'm sure will always have to be figured out. But if you have any sleeper recommendations, I would love to do more underrated discs. Pyro's great. This is the distance I'm living in today right now. Man, I like the way that comes out of my hand. This hole seems to have a special place on my "you can't birdie me" list. Sometimes we'll throw really good shots and they'll just roll all the way down the hill. There's a big hill on the backside, so we're gonna try not to do that today. I hit it on the left side. I'm also really rolling my forehands right now. Wow, it's one of the worst forehands I've thrown in a while. I don't even know what happened on that forehand. We're just gonna block it out of memory. So I've never really thrown from this pad without just kind of ripping the forehand. I guess I have, it's just been a while. It's 327 feet to the basket. It's pretty right to lefty. Typically just throw something stable on a forehand, but don't really have that luxury today, especially the way I'm throwing. So I might just try this wave up this right side gap. I never really throw that, I always throw this. Sit down. Oh, what a tree! Oh, that back tree was perfect. That flipped more than I expected. Throwing it pretty slow. It's actually a good thing because I threw it inside of my line. But see if I can make up for that forehand with the pyro. Yeah, my forehand doesn't come out the cleanest. Probably maybe a small hand thing, maybe a disc thing, maybe not even a right thing that I'm saying, but it does seem to have wobble every time I've thrown it. Also say what's up to my buddy, the Squatch of the Park. Pyro was good for being wobbly and throwing it into a hurting wind. It's even a good putter, I guess. And the wave got a great kick, because if I don't hit that, I think I'm skipping maybe about 30 long, so. Almost missed it, but everything is birdied except for the pyro so far. Pyro, I think, is the shot for this hole. We have a headwind, but I'll throw it back in. Oh, wind's kind of died for me right now. Yeah, putting this in the hand, it does feel a little deeper than I'm used to. It's interesting. I wonder if I honestly put my third finger here, my ring finger, it's almost more comfortable to forehand than having it there, which is probably wrong. Get the skip. Oh, baby. I think it's like 4 feet. That's a really, really easy flying pyro. By far the easiest flying pyro I've ever thrown. They're typically like kind of beefy boys. Here's this Eclipse Pixel. Also parked. It's got a little bit of stability. I'm at Denver elevation, so 5,200 feet. 1-6. So from way back here, you can barely see a flag kind of waving right underneath that tree. I think it's probably a pyro. It's about 330, I think. A little downhill, and everything's birdied already through 5 holes. I'm pretty happy with that. That is such a straight pyro. Skip in. Oh, dang, didn't hear anything. I threw it well. I threw it how I wanted to, but other pyros are like hitting that tree, and that thing didn't even try to. I would guess that the forehand woes, just based on feeling it again, are more the shape of the pyro in general. It could be because fission tends to, there's like a little bit of extra dome. Like, it's not bored flat like other pyros that I have seen or thrown before. I haven't thrown a pyro in a long time, so this is a little bit of pulling it out of there. So still an overstable mid, but more like 5402 overstable mid, not 5303, 5304, like my Ultra or an MD5 would be. If I didn't absolutely turf that first forehand with the pyro, this would be the first real test that we'd have today, because straight headwind, maybe a little right to left, just looking at the flag down there. 355, so relatively far, especially for these guys. Probably either going to be a wave or a detour. I would love like a hex or reactor, something a little more stable than the detour, just because I don't exactly know the angles of it yet. And the wave is just a little flippy as well, so I could try to throw a really big spike hyzer, but on that short hyzer over there, it flipped way more than I was expecting. So I think it's going to be the detour. What? Flip harder. Wow, if I would have done that at the basket, it would have been great. Huh. That's still going to be a putt up there, which is nice. I think I threw the right distance. Maybe a little lower? I don't know. Into a headwind, a good amount of turn. Ah, man, I think I just threw that one a little too right. I thought it was great out of my hand, so that way might be a little flippier than I first gave it credit for. So I really threw this exactly how I wanted to, distance-wise. Just a bit outside the circle and maybe just in, but these uphill putts are my arch nemesis. I'll take that. If you have any tips on uphill putts, please let me know, because I'll need them. 2 back ain't bad, though. On to 8, another one that used to be my nemesis hole, but recently I've been birding a lot. I have been throwing the forehand though, and today I think we're gonna throw the pixel at it. Straight ahead. Oh, buddy, you lifted out of it. What are you thinking? All right, maybe this is just my backhand nemesis hole. A couple controlled this just to see if it's just a wobbly day for me. A little, not nearly as much wobble though. That disc is faster, so if we don't really wobble the detour, we know it's the disc. Okay, that was smooth and I just threw it into the water. No! Oh, that was flippier than I thought. This isn't even the part where I cut to the Vessi ad like I did the last time. I like that if I threw it 5 feet farther. 1 foot farther. 10 down still could be in the cards. And also 10 down for the record typically. And this one would probably play 995 to 1,000-ish. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Most courses in Denver, double digit sits right at about 1,000 rated. Hole 9, 290, left to right wind. Pixel again. I'm almost thinking about like a fan grip or something to get this a little more comfy because it's so deep. Focus on the fall through. Just like that. Sit. That might have gone down the hill, or it might be great. I have noticed a good example with that disc right there is sometimes if I'm not getting along with the disc, it might mean that, like, for instance, me, I'm bagging discs that are more comfortable for my hands, so I have to think a little bit less about the grip or the fall through, and I'm just more used to them. Whereas something like that, I can still throw good shots with it, just gonna take a little more intentionality with some sort of the throw, or it could. Oh, it's also short. Not bad. Got caught up a little short in some shrubs, so we'll have a putt there. Wow, good shrubs. I think that was cruising that way. Dang. Well, started out real hot. Lost some juice there at the end of that 9. Got to try to get it back. Also, I know some people might be interested. This is the new bag from European Birdies, Framtid. It's on a Kickstarter right now. It's definitely a more premium bag, more expensive bag, but I'll have these linked down in the description. European Birdies and I are thinking about working together in a much better capacity, so I'll get a kickback from that. They're in Kickstarter right now, so it's already on discount, and I'll leave their normal website with their other bag that you'll see me wear sometimes there as well. All that being said, 322. I want to prove that I can throw this pixel, but that's not a good idea for my score. So I think we're gonna throw this detour. Stay high. No, it got pushed down by the wind, and that was so bad. Oh, it crawled over though somehow. Heck, I didn't throw that guy harder. Pixel. Is it just a pixel hyzer? Oh my gosh, I almost aced it. Left this nice and frayed up for myself here. Let's go, baby. What a bird. 6 down means that for every birdie here on out, as long as I don't bogey, I save one of these discs. And that will be randomized, because I can't just choose the one that I want to keep. I have to get 10 down to save them all. We'll use a random number generator going from slowest to fastest, 1 to 4, to pick them, but hopefully I don't have to do that. Pretty straight tailwind, 357. We're gonna throw the wave. Oh, it's so much flippier than I thought. Get the fade though, come on. Wow, no skip. Well, distance was right on. I really thought to be more overstable, especially throwing slower, but that makes me very intrigued about how I'm gonna have to throw it on those 2 bomber holes. We have a good wind for it. Potentially, but wow, that nomad's kind of glidey. I thought it was like bottom band, and I was lucky that I had this little flag stick here with no flag. Got to keep this pace at least one better than half of them. 302, hole 12. Wow, I feel like it's partially hit, like wind's coming here. My wind read was so off last hole. Helping wind, so pixel again. It's gonna be a little low. Great line though. This hole is always sneakily a bit wider than I remember it being. So everything ends up right over here. 7 through 12. I like it. Yeah, I'm very confused. I thought these were so much like more parked, and they're just not even close. Typically like my turnover putter hole. So I would throw definitely the pixel, but again, it's like slightly uphill, about 310. So I think a lot of people would see uses for this detour. So we're gonna rip that one up there, and it's gonna be beautiful, I promise. I threw it so short. I lied, it was not beautiful, and I apologize for lying. Wow, I think sometimes I take like 20% power off of those, and then you take like 10. I don't know, I just take way too much off for no reason. See? Pixel's perfect, dang. Oh my gosh. I don't know why going uphill, I just feel like I need to yank it. 7 through 13, 310 into a little headwind. I will say, so far, through 13 holes, my order of favorite from all these discs, I don't really think I have a favorite yet. It's between these two, but I've not really thrown either of them crazy well. Next is the Pixel, and then finally the detour, or the Pyro. I just haven't had a ton of clean releases with it. A little anhyzer, it should still fight out of it, and just get below that little A-frame. I threw it flat instead of anhyzer, but I like the line. Try out this detour. That's nice. Oh, that's a pretty line. Dang, okay, I do like that. That's good. Little wave. Yes. Skip in. Nope. I gotta get this. Otherwise, I need 3 of the last 4. Oh, great height. I need to learn a putt that is less finger or wrist dependent or something, because when it gets cold out, my hand stops opening as well and my putt gets so wobbly. This is the wave, money. This is the detour, money. 3 of the last 4. Luckily, there's the potential for eagle on 2 of the holes. Realistically, 1 of the holes, especially with how flippily-dippily this guy is, once I hit it absolutely perfect, because it does have that little bit of dome. Next hole is an ace run. I'm actually gonna set you up behind it because we're closer to the basket than the tee pad. Come on, Pixel. Well, I mean, you got to park it once so that you can give it ace runs. You know what I mean? Drop, baby, drop. Oh, this is really good practice for like slowing down but still having a full swing. Oh. Oh wow, that was way far. Wind is gonna be a little taily for the next one. Wrong type of tailwind though. It's a right to left instead of a left to right. But if I can hit the right angle and get the juice, it's so flippy, but it's 2 nose up. 4. Yikes. Hey, good news. Easy birdie. This is the smart way to play this. Detour, pyro. Step 1, complete. Then you just chip a little pyro forehand, and that's how smart people play this hole. Little wobble copter. Oh, it's gonna be 35 short. All right, me and the pyro, I guess we just don't get along on the forehand. Good thing we got a pixel in from over here. Just make sure to follow through and we're good. Oh, wow, that's a little short. Dang, what a bad putt. Take your time. Yeah. So as long as I birdie hole 17, should be able to just kind of chuck it up to the mound, pitch up and take an easy 10. 17, 246, straight ahead. Is it a pyro forehand or pixel backhand? Feeling it today. What's our wind doing? A little left to right. I think we're gonna go pixel. I trust a little more than my forehand because your trap right here, the muscle that's been really straight, like really a little over, like a little fatigued right now. Something that helps keep your shoulder up. Like if it's just like weak and overused, it's just gonna drop down a bit. And I need my shoulder to stay in a stable spot. Whereas for a backhand, it's like a puller, but not as important. Feeling some fatigue there, sometimes backhand's gonna help. Money. Perfect. Thank goodness I parked it. See if I can focus up and flex it and make up for it. Yeah, okay, so the pyro's mostly fine. I think I was just more fatigued, and I finally just realized it now. It was more fatigued than it was telling me, and now that I finally feel it, I'm able to account for it a little better in these forehands, so. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's so fun. Go in. Oh. Really have to focus up on this shot and follow through well. 500 out to the top of the mound, par 4. I think I've only eagled it twice on this channel. It was like twice in a row, and I haven't eagled it since. So this guy's pretty flippy. The wind is mostly tail with a little right to left, but I'm not gonna let that get in my head. A committed shot is almost always better than an uncommitted one. Oh, flip dog. Thought that's how I was supposed to throw in this wind. Still too flippy. I'm gonna leave you guys here, pitch up and take my birdie, and then I'm gonna eagle it, because that's fun. All I gotta bring is the pixel and a nomad. This is shorter than I thought it was. Sit. Let's go. 10 down. Saved them all. What a bad last shot. Shout out Vessi for sponsoring the video. Use my link if you want to snag some. Snag the discs. Now I gotta cool down. Shouldn't be running 1.5 football fields before throwing. No, it's enough. Huh. Well, it's far. All right, absolutely shanked that one. Good distance, wrong angle. Never really turned. 478 that way. That being said, my favorite disc I think has to come out to be the Detour. So good. Great flippy mid. I didn't really throw it crazy well today, but when I hit it well, it was great. Second, I think it's gonna have to be the Pixel. And I think it's gonna be tied for these two. I started liking the Pyro a little more at the end, but stoked to hit 10 down. Either way, I think I'm still gonna throw the Wave in the giveaway. Especially after throwing this a couple times here. I don't see myself really throwing this again, so I think someone else can enjoy it at 50K, and that is piling up. That thing might be like that might be a full bag of discs by the time I get to 50K, so subscribe. But only subscribe if I eagle this. If I don't, then wait till next video. That's better. Okay, it's way flippier than I thought, but still like it's stable faster. That's ripped though. I mean, that's great. That's pin high. Wow, that's so interesting. It's an uphill putt. What did I expect of myself? Maybe I need to just do this.